This is the 5th video in the DNP series. Now we're going to turn to the PsycInfo database. We don't have as many controlled vocabulary terms recorded here because this is a psychology database, but we do have some terms. So we'll look for those, and we'll also search for all the keywords in the table. Again, we go to the library homepage first and click on databases, and then click on the letter P for PsycInfo. And make sure you're logged in. This is the same interface as CINAHL. They're both provided by a company called EBSCO. So the interface is the same, although the controlled vocabulary is different. So we're searching the APA thesaurus of psychological index terms. However, I know from my table, my first column doesn't have any terms from that thesaurus. So we're going to do all keywords in the first table. And just to show you what that looks like, you would simply type everything in as a keyword. I'm not going to do all of the terms right now because I think you will probably understand, but just make sure that you always join the boxes with or, and that everything within the boxes is joined with or. Now, the second column is self-care, and I do want to show that one because there is a term for it. Now, I found that the hyphen seems to be required in this database. So when I search for it with the hyphen, I do get my match. I did it earlier without the hyphen, and I did not find the term. So this database, oh, there it is. It seems a little particular. So you might want to make sure you include any hyphens that are grammatically correct. I'm going to add that to my search. And then my other term is self-management. Search for that. And then I would put them in the boxes here as keywords. I really don't think the hyphens are required as keywords. If I want to be super careful, I could go ahead and include them like that. Just remember that these databases have all kinds of amazing content, and they have excellent features and tools, but sometimes the actual mechanics are sort of clumsy and old-fashioned. Like, for example, they won't correct your spelling for you. And sometimes a punctuation mark can make a difference. So if you want to be super careful, do this. Now, I'm not going to run the search because I already have. Now, I'll show you. If I go to my recent activity, I can show you my 5 columns have already been searched. And I will, just like in CINAHL, I'm going to check this box and then combine my search with and. And then I'm going to come up here and search. So this low number or small number is not surprising, given the nature of our question and the fact that we're in a psychology database, but it's fine. Let's see if the advanced search has any particular use. I don't think so. This database doesn't search headlines. So if I go back to my search results, I can look at them. And all the functions are the same as they were in CINAHL, save search, different ways of sorting. And if you're doing an actual systematic review or even something like it, just a methodical search of multiple databases, you want to include PsycInfo, even though the number is low. If you're going to be doing like a Prisma chart, this number would add to your number of results. So the next video in this series is Cochrane, which also uses the mesh database. So it's like PubMed in that sense, but it does have a unique functionality that you can see in the video.